Welcome everybody to Punch It Podcast. Coming to you from inside the Kessel Run warehouse. With your hosts, Marco and Lucky. Talking a lot of Star Wars. Movies, collectibles, life stories, and even more. So turn the volume up. It's about to pick up. This is Punch It Podcast.
Punch It Podcasts. Thank you very much. It's a new intro, and here we are introducing our my new partner in Punch It Podcasts, LACHY.
Hey, who's this regular? What's
Yeah,
happening?
man. Welcome to Punch It Podcast.
We had-
There's a wonderful
We had
chemistry.
so much fun last time.
I had a great time, bro. Absolutely brilliant time. And like I was saying, we had a good chemistry. And I thought, dude, do you want to roll with me? And you were like, I'm in.
Do you want to join the Jedi Council?
That's
Yes.
Or it could be like a. Have you ever read Darth Plagueis? No, not Darth Plagueis. Darth. Oh my God, bald head. This happens a lot to me, by the way. I'm always trying to remember everybody's name. Darth Bane. Have you ever read Darth Bane? No. Well, in Darth Bane, when he gets quick story, jumping into it all, he gets brought in by the Sith, and the Sith have a college. So there's a college of Sith students being taught by Sith masters. It's trippy as, man. When I hear it, it's very, very funny. So like they go to class and stuff like that, and they learn about the Sith and the ways and the movements and stuff like that. But they're being taught by all these different level of masters. So you're not allowed to be called a Sith Lord until you graduate.
Oh, it's like literally going to school.
Yeah, that's
going
right.
to school
That's
for
the
Siths.
best part. So we're in the. We could say this is the Sith Temple, or Jedi Council, whatever.
It's all like merging into one.
But
You could call it Hogwarts if we want to get that extreme.
Or we could call it the Turtle Lair.
I like Turtle Lair. I am a
That's
turtle
good.
man.
You are, man, and that's something we'd said we were going to do a bit of. We're going to branch out to not just our love for the Star Wars, but also the love for many other series and movies and things we grew up with and connected with. And Turtles definitely for both of us, which is awesome.
Turtles for me. It like obviously I grew up with it in the 90s. Having it and showing it to my daughter when she was 2 and 3,
best,
and she gravitated towards it. And we watched pretty much all of the 2012 show until the later seasons where it got really dark. Like, was it the Rat King was snapping Shredder's legs and stuff?
That's it. And
that gave my daughter nightmares, so we had to stop watching.
The car, the episodes when that car, remember the car when the car turned, it was like not parasite, a poltergeist type car. Remember that one? Just at that period when they stepped out again, I think they had left the city after the Krangs had taken over, and it was a trippy one. But the 212 Turtles series, even though I'm a 88 kid and I adored it, but the 212, bringing my son into it, for me, ultimate. Loved it.
It's the perfect series, I think. Other than 2003, I think the 2003 cartoon still holds up really well. But I'd say like 2012, 2003, then the original kiddie show from 87.
How good is Trans-Dimensional Turtles in that series? The one when the 88s come back and they join and they actually come into the to the 2012 universe.
And they're all 3D. Yeah, great.
The best. And they're using all the original, except the guy from the stepdad from or uncle from the Fresh Prince. He wasn't in it, but they pretty much used all the original voices on that.
Use all.
And what's his name? He played Donatello in 212, played Raph in 88.
That's right, because Raph in the 80s sounded mean.
That's awesome, brother. Like I said, that's it. With dads, we're trying to fit all these things in at the moment. So that's what's really good to be able to do this and kind of have a wonderful understanding of, what goes on in our lives, work, family, all these commitments. But making time to do this, man, I really appreciate it. And I just said, I love talking and, having someone to talk with about the wars and everything else is just brilliant, man.
Yeah, I was thinking about it the other day because after I popped in on Saturday and brought my book of notes and my crazy ADHD brain just
Awesome.
working overtime,
Brilliant.
was that I I'm pretty sure that our relationship is going on nearly close to 10 years
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
because I was down in Huntfield Heights when I first got my hair cut, and that was 2017 onwards.
Mm.
So I reckon it could have been anywhere from
I'd say
2017, maybe into.
I'd say exactly 2017 going into 18.
Yeah.
Because we've been doing it, I think maybe closer to 18 since we turned the shop. But I distinctly remember when you came in, and because at that time, when people were coming in, checking out, like they hadn't seen it, they were, something was, even now, we are the only hairdressing Star Wars inspired hair salon anywhere. Like, people can have a few statues here and there, but we're taking it to another level, and that's what's been great at the moment. And it's good when you get a lot of people from all over the world that check it out. Like, man, shit, man, that's wild, man. Come to us, mate. I'd love to do something in another country. So, if anyone's keen, let's bring Kessel Run around the world.
Yeah, could you imagine a Kessel Run tour around the world? I'd just be there for like the party aspect and
That's
like,
right. You can run the
I
tours.
would be helping out. I would run the tours because I don't know how to use clippers. I can use a razor pretty good for my
Don't
bald
worry,
head.
we don't use razors here, just the clippers, which is good, nice and easy. But yeah, dude, that'd be wild. I'd um, even I still remember when what is it, Rebel Force Radio, when we sent like a g'day to them, and they were like, "Man, that's what we need here." And I'm like, "Yeah, let's do it, man. Let's get it going." So if anyone's keen, I'd love to have Kessel Run go international. Even in Italy, I even tried to get my cousin. But they wouldn't know anything about
Well,
stuff.
I got my brother-in-law has no, my sister-in-law, her dad lives in Italy. I'm not sure where. We
Awesome.
could try and get some things out there,
We'll
surely.
start putting some feelers out. I reckon we can make something happen. But until then, we'll stick to our coolness of just doing this wicked podcast. And
Absolutely.
we were having a discussion about doing like tonight and wanting to get out there. We're going to kind of stick to a weekly podcast, and whether we do it on a Wednesday or we do it on a Saturday, we'll get it out weekly and just talk about all the things that's going on in our life. And you look
It's
behind you.
like, who's Daddy talking to? Oh, it's Marco. That's the
That's
Star
wild.
Wars guy.
That's awesome. Oh, I love that, man. And then, like I said, that's the good thing too, is having the kids. And again, I'd love to talk about this probably in another day, but like having our kids be happy with you know what we're doing and enjoying, and I like to do stuff like this as well. So hopefully, my kids, just want to try something different. My son, he's doing making t-shirts and stuff like that, and he's doing a wonderful thing with like a Christian inspired anime clothing, and that's why I'm trying to get him to do stuff like this as well, talk with his friends, try a podcast, just get out there and have some fun with it and see what can happen and see who you can reach.
Well, it's only positive because back when we were in school, or like when you're in school and when I was in school in the like from the mid 90s to the early 2000s.
That was a bit back.
But it was always pushed upon us. Like I went to a private school, so it was pushed upon me personally.
Mm.
You got to go to university. You got to get a degree, and
Mm.
that's the only way you're going to be successful. I dropped out of year 12. I did like 2 terms and I was fucking out of there because, sorry for
Mm.
swearing, but I was out of there because I just mentally wasn't
Mm.
fit for school. I was 19. I'd fallen back a year when I was a kid.
Mm.
So I was like outgrown school.
Mm.
So, and I left school to do a plumbing course and again, just couldn't wrap my head around it at the time. So I just went straight into working, and I've literally been working ever since. And I've been trying to find something to have a voice, and I found that with Instagram in the early days. But you know, I want to say thank you for like through our friendship and what we like doing. You're allowing me to have a voice in a public space, and I couldn't be more happier because I'm just a nerd at heart, and I may not know every character from the encyclopedia of Star Wars, but
Man,
I love my movies, I love my music, I love my TV, and I love my friends, and I love my family, and I love to talk about it.
that's beautiful,
So,
brother. That's beautiful. And you know what? And same with me. Like I've talked about it before. How much just doing this is for the Kessel Run, and building that relationship with you in, even though, like I said, bringing you into the family, into the fold with this, which is great. Um, but I also love the fact that when I think I think very quickly. Sometimes it's always nice having someone to either bring me back, or even with the knowledge that you have something we can continue the conversation with, um, which is what I really enjoy when we do talk. We always have something to talk about. And I'm going to say, I love what you do in your Instagram stuff. It's really good. You're always, you're finding good content, you're putting it out there, which is really good. It's very meaningful. And that's why I'm actually, like, sometimes I'm, whatever you put out, I like today. Obviously, today was a very sad news with Tom Kane, who's passed away. And when I saw it from your story, man, I just forwarded it, put it onto mine because it was a nice little piece that whoever did it. So kudos to the person who did that post. Bit of a sad day, man. He was a good dude.
yeah, I did start writing some notes on Smoko because I was like, I know him from Star Wars, but I'm sure I've heard his voice elsewhere, and his resume just took me by surprise. And I was like, I know him from this, I know him from that, I know him from Spider-Man the animated series, I know him from the Wild
Mm.
Thornberries, the Powerpuff Girls.
He'd been
The guy. No, you're right.
no, I was going to say absolutely. Again, he's done a huge amount. Um, I heard him on another podcast, and obviously because I listen to Star Wars podcasts. I don't really listen to anything else except a few other stuff. I like my UFO stuff, so I like to listen to a few of those podcasts. So
We're
good,
getting
man.
into it.
Don't worry,
I'll
man. There's some
pick.
good stuff that's been
I'll pick your
happening.
brain. I'll pick your
Don't worry.
brain.
Oh, first of all, who do you
That's
listen to?
nice.
Who do you listen to?
I like. Obviously, I listen to Rogan here and there, but
Yes,
what's the dude
Jesse
that?
Jesse Michaels, American Alchemy. He's
Yes,
very good.
I know him.
Hmm.
Jeremy Corbell.
Yes,
He does the Weaponized podcast with George Knapp.
yeah,
Just
but
great.
it is some. Here's those ones. Sometimes they get kind of heavy. But the probably for me my favorite, and I can really watch from beginning to end, is Area 52. So I forget his name. It's off the top of my head, but he's actually a practicing. He's a professional magician. So that's been his thing. But his love for the UFOs and getting in and learning, and now he's up there. He's up there with Jesse Michaels. He's probably in the top 3 or 4 podcasts out there because his setup is like a skiff, and he brings in everyone. He just had Bob Lazar just recently, and so
Nice.
everyone now wants to go. Ross Coulthard was there, so people want to go on his show and chat, and that's when you know you got something good. He's just a very cool dude. You know, it reminds me of because he wears these college kind of like, back in the old college days sweaters. He wears his sweaters and the little tie. It's just very,
Nice.
very comfortable to watch.
Send it to me later, like
Oh,
after
definitely.
we pod, because I'm keen.
His last
Because
episode was gone. Sorry.
There's a new Bob Lazar documentary out.
Dude, seen it. Awesome.
Where they recreated everything.
Dude, I'm telling you now.
I haven't seen it. I know it's out. I just have to be a pirate.
We've got to do a UFO episode. We got to talk
All
about
right,
this a bit.
all right. Let me just catch up because it's been a couple of months.
Yeah, definitely.
You just show me some stuff, and then I'll write some notes for a UFO episode.
No, it's good.
I love it. I love
good. It's so good. Again, some people believe, some people don't. It's just fun. It's just good to. It's just good to listen to. To be honest, I don't watch many other films anymore. I don't watch TV shows except Star Wars shows that have come out. I just don't have the passion that I used to. When I was younger, I was into everything. Scorsese, Coppola, Fellini. I watched all film. I've seen 70s movies, ones from the old black and white days with
James Cagney.
Cagney, big time. But one of my favorite ones that I remember buying the video for was the original Scarface. That was a 1930.
Yes, with Paul Muni.
Yes, how classic a gangster film is that? All right, and
do you know what? That was made for Al Capone.
Howard Hawks, not Howard Hughes. Howard Hawks was the director, and when he did that, Capone said he wanted a private screening, and he got nervous. And Capone, when he watched it with him, he just started laughing. He kept laughing. He loved it. Because no one called Capone Scarface.
No. Do you know the thing about the X's and the connection to Departed? Or Departed has to...
I have heard it, but I don't refresh my memory because I remember just seeing it on an Instagram post about it recently.
So The Departed, which was directed by Scorsese, that came out in 2005.
Yep.
Every time a character was going to die, you will see an X. It is always foreshadowing when they're going to die. So you watch Departed again. So like there was a big one where you don't know DiCaprio is going to die. Spoiler alert, it's 21 years old. It's 20 years old. I can't remember. But he's walking through the airport and he's in like the thing and it's just X, 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 because he gets killed like at the end of the movie and you're like, what the hell is going on? But the same thing happens in the Hawks film. Every time a character is going to die or dies, you see an X on the screen.
Fantastic. I did not know that. That's good cinema.
Go back and watch both and because Departed's up there as one of my favorite movies of all time.
Because when Scarface was done in the 70s with Pacino by
De Palma.
Yeah, Brian De Palma. See, that was originally written by what's his name from Platoon? Who did Platoon?
Why am I blanking? Because Oliver Stone.
Oliver Stone. So Oliver Stone had written that, and then I think he was meant to do some directing with it, but something went wrong. Anyway, so and I actually thought it was an original story. I didn't realize that it was, as I got older, it was a remake, because the whole plot followed the same story about
because it was the Cuban Revolution that they were basing it off.
At that time, it was a lot bigger. Yeah.
But the original was to do with the Prohibition era, wasn't it?
That's right. And Oliver Stone actually, I think, remember reading ages ago, a long time ago when I read this stuff. But I reckon he actually went to Cuba, or he actually got really deep into getting all this information to make it work. So he was,
He's a Vietnam veteran as
yeah,
well,
man.
so
Right,
not
platoon.
that plays a. I don't know if it plays a part. I
Mhm.
need to get better at my history, but I don't know Cuba's role in the Vietnam War if it was even a thing. But I know
No,
the Cuban Revolution
the beginning of the miss.
when yeah the Cold was it called the Cold War? Yeah, so then there was the influx of the Cubans coming into Miami, and they were
Mm,
like, "Well, that's the best
that's right.
place
They
to."
come down. I'm gonna
Okay,
start.
man.
Okay, I'm gonna start doing some
Okay,
boss with the
man.
toy Montana. Okay. She said,
Okay,
"All I
man.
got is my balls and my word, and I don't break them for no one."
Dude, we could just have a whole episode on
Dude,
Scarface. Like I'm
man,
down like Chinatown.
that's man. Like, I think we might have to do that. And today's podcast, we shall be discussing Godfather Part 2 and 3. And
Absolutely.
but no, I did
See,
like.
I'm
Sorry, go.
yeah. No, you go, you go. Yeah, I was just gonna
I was just gonna,
reiterate on
I was
more
just gonna
movies.
quickly go back and say, with watching all the movies back in the day, and but now in we are in this modern era of streaming. There's just for me, there's too many things, and
Too much.
I
It's
don't have
too much.
time. Like that's why I like listening to like I'll listen to Rogan, I'll listen to Area 52, and I'll listen to a good podcast. Ross Coulthard, he does his, and I
Yeah.
just like knowledge. And even last night, I got into on YouTube. I do the no ads now on YouTube, and which is killer. And I just saw people living on an island, and then you just kind of watch real life shit, and I dig that. I like that. I don't like dark stuff. I don't like murdery, and I can't get into the boys. I can't do any of that shit. It's
So I see. I'm on the. I haven't. Are you talking about the boys? As in the
TV show.
superhero show?
Mm.
I haven't watched it, but you give me a documentary on Ted Bundy or John Wayne Gacy, like I'm freaking locked in. Like
And
I
that's
don't
what.
know that there's something so interesting about those, like a serial killer,
Mm,
but I got to be in the right mood. If I'm happy, I'm not going to sit down and watch a
yeah.
serial killer doco because it's just going to ruin my day.
But see, that's what's good because you and I have we got similar, but there's also that wonderful connection. See, I don't get into horror, but you love horror. Do you know what I mean? It's not that I don't like it.
Absolutely.
Obviously back in the old days, in the 90s and that, there was some good horror, funny stuff, whatever. But it's not.
Dude, I can sway you in a heartbeat. I guarantee you.
It's,
You give me 2 seconds.
yeah, go, do it. Let's bring out the VHSs. Here
That
we go.
there?
I remember seeing this as a kid
So,
at the video store.
do you know a man called uh, Peter Jackson that made Lord of the Rings?
Is that his first movie?
This is it. It's one of, and
Wow.
it's the greatest New Zealand horror movie ever made, next to his other one called Brain Dead. Dude,
Insane.
these movies are so good. Like, they're so
Fantastic.
low budget,
Yeah.
and it's not some, I wouldn't call it horror. It's just gore,
That's awesome.
comedy. It's okay, a bit of horror, but like, yeah,
That's
great.
funny. But
Yeah,
again,
I
that's
gotta
what
go.
that kind of horror kind of ends up being kind of funny because you're nostalgic and you laugh with it. Oh, did you see that? And it's like what was kind of thing? Like, I told my kids the other day, I still freak out from seeing Freddie Mercury, Freddy Krueger in
I
Elm
still
Street.
freak out from seeing Freddie Mercury. he
I love Freddie Mercury. He's the
didn't like. He
best.
didn't like. He didn't like Star Wars.
Yeah, I know.
What did he say? I didn't. I don't. I don't like
Uh,
Star Wars
yeah,
and whatever. But
that's
no,
it.
we
No,
were
I have
having
to
a
give for
big.
that.
We had a big Queen sesh on the weekend showing my daughter, so I was like, "Yeah, full steam ahead."
I get into sometimes I do a good audio. I've done audiobooks. I've been doing that a lot more lately because again, I struggle. I'm a bit dyslexic. I'm very dyslexic, really, and so I struggle reading. But the audiobooks are great. That's why I try to do as many of the Star Wars ones as I can. But I've done Freddie Mercury's audiobook, which is really cool. That's sad, very very sad. He was such a dude, man. Yeah, he didn't like Star Wars, but he was.
He
It was awesome.
the dude would like you just don't make superstars like that anymore. Like you think you look at pop culture right now and what's coming back into pop culture, like Michael Jackson. I've just been playing a lot of Michael Jackson music.
I never got into Michael. Never. I did a little bit. I remember the Bad album, but never really, never got into it as much. I got into rock and roll later.
You didn't wear the leather and start going.
My cousins did. My brothers did. No, I think as my brothers and my cousins did. So I tried to always do something a little bit different. But I got into rock and roll late. Like I used to love Elvis. I'm a very big Dean Martin, Frank Sinatra fan. I love my Dino. I love my Sinatra. Been loving them since I was a kid. That's why I have a real affinity to New York. It's a very strong affinity to New York for me. I know all about gangsters and then crime families, all that. I used to read it all when I was a kid. I used to do all things about the mob. I used to read all stories with John Gotti and all that. That always fascinated. That stuff there fascinated me more than anything.
Oh, absolutely.
But the
There's
old
some good
timers.
docos on Disney Plus. Yeah,
I love it.
But like just hearing about the five families, like learning the history of the La Cosa Nostra is wild.
La Cosa Nostra, get it right, bro. There's going to be problems if you don't say it properly.
I have the Aussie inflection.
La Cosa Nostra. There's no such thing as La Cosa Nostra. Don't get started. That's good. That's good, bro. I love it.
What they do? Mi bello.
They say some things. That's funny. That's good.
When an Aussie walks into an Italian bar, he gets ridiculed.
Go. But again, you know, if you had to take it all back, like with everything, like just the Star Wars for me, like just now, like I think, look, my path, you could say, as a kid, like Star Wars, Indiana Jones, hardcore. Then as I got older, you know, I got into like sports and stuff and the football and that stuff. But then Star Wars came back, like probably just, I reckon, when Phantom Menace came out, I was into it, but I wasn't hardcore into it, you know, because I was moving around a lot, so I was, you know, I was all over the place at the time. But then it really kicked on for me at Revenge of the Sith. And that's when I kind of really, these juices started coming back out. And that's why I really love Revenge of the Sith. It's such, you know, and I never felt like some of these others, you know, they struggled a lot with the prequels and stuff like that. It didn't affect me that much. Like I just didn't.
I didn't at the time. I think it was about 2012. I was feeling pretty salty, and I was riding the bandwagon of not so much peer pressure or anything like that, but I was like, "Oh, the prequels suck," and then, but I was lying to myself because at every given moment, I went and saw 1, 2, and 3 in cinemas as a kid. In 2005, I was in year 9 and I was 16 years old, and I saw it 4 or 5 times at Marion.
Awesome.
Like, you know, and it was just, I think I was just a disgruntled teen, young, you know, 20-year-old.
You probably came past the shop and just piss off, mate.
Not even. Like, I was just pissed off with the world. Like, I had a lot of issues, and I was just an angry kid. And
well, look at you now, bro.
I don't know. Look at me.
So
still
awesome.
Angry. But the professional hater.
That's wild. But you know, with so going back to when you were watching it too, did you then go to into the animation as well, or that didn't come later?
Yeah. Oh no, I was there 2008, I think it started. And I was all on board because I remember the Gendy Tartakovsky one, and I was all on board with that too. Like, I was full steam ahead.
Was that 2008?
I think that was... No, I think that was like 2005 or
Yeah,
it came out before Revenge of the Sith.
Mm.
But like I was on board from then. I think my just disgruntled behavior came like 2010, 11, 12, where I was moving out of home. I was flatting with a bunch of dudes. I was getting paid out, being bullied by friends that, were like, oh, you like fucking Star Wars? I was like, yeah, dude, like, that's what I like. And it's like, oh, you're a fucking nerd.
Mm.
So I was like, dude, just leave me alone. So I was like, yeah, prequels suck. And I was like, I love the prequels, But like, so I was feeling a lot of peer pressure from people that were being assholes, but always loved it.
Let's go.
And I think the thing for me was like I was locked into Clone Wars for the first 2 or 3 seasons. I remember the season where I dropped out. I don't know what happened where I just stopped buying them, but it was the one with the on Geonosis and the worms go up their nose and they turn into zombies. I was like, that is one of the greatest things I've ever seen. And then from there, I'm pretty sure I was being a pirate and downloading it, and I lost track of time, and just
good old downloading days.
Stopped watching it. So then I watched it again later in life. But I remember watching those couple of seasons vividly and going, this is top tier stuff.
I didn't get into it again later, the animation. And even Matt was like, he told me about the Gendy series. I didn't even really know much about that. And that's awesome. And I just crank that all the time here in the shop. That's the beauty about having a warehouse.
So
it's just a wild, wild series. And you could see where where the birth of everything began. But it was just a nice way to put these characters into place for eventually being a full animation series. And I love the Clone Wars. I think that's kind of helped me understand Star Wars a lot more. Just hold on.
Were you able to?
Oh, sorry, my wife just messaged me. Let me just quickly. She goes, "You still at the shop?" Hell yeah!
Like, I'll be home soon. Just blame me. My computer wasn't working.
Let me just write. Yeah, still filming.
If you need to wrap it up soon, mate, we're.
Yeah. I'll see what it says. That's funny. I said, "Yeah, we're gonna do a quick one." That's the problem. That's why we are. So we're back. Sorry, I'm going to cut that bit out, and my wife just messaged. But that's why we do good together, because we can just have a good conversation, and these conversations, either people are going to connect with it, or they don't, or they go, you know what, that's very similar, or you know what, like, oh, I'd love to chat with these guys one day, and do stuff like that. That's what I'm again in here with. Let me just. Sorry, I just had this message up. In here is like people coming in to when we bring people in and chat with them and stuff like that. It's people who come to the shop and know about us, know what we're doing. You know what I mean? And it's I look forward to. I've already told a couple of guys. I said, look, man, I want to get you on here and have a chat with you on the pod, and again, do it with you. So even if you're at home, I'll get you on there, because some of these people are so good. Yeah, they, what they do. I've got James. He's an artist. I've talked about him already before. Which again, I look forward to. James, you will be coming on here soon, definitely. And Jack is another dude. Jack is an amazing artist.
He's jack of all trades.
He is a jack of all trades. He's an army man. He does wonderful 3D resin modeling. He's called Centerforge.
Is he the dude that did?
Yes.
Is he the dude that did the Death Trooper?
Yes.
Yeah, I thought that was a hot toy, dude.
Dude,
That was phenomenal.
Dag,
Maddie
he's good.
showed me that, and I was like, "No way,
Yeah, man.
no way."
He is amazing, and he's just done Master Chief, and I forget the name of that creature that opens his mouth, and he should see his paintwork is magnificent,
Mm.
detail, beautiful. So I said to him, bro, he's going to get it. He knows he's going to be listening to this, and he'll be heading down, and we'll have a good chat with him as well. And they're the kind of things that hopefully we can start doing and punch it, you know. But look, before we do wrap it up, I do want to ask about we're going to see the Mandalorian. Unfortunately, I won't be doing the midnight screening because yeah, I'm not going to make that. I'd love to, but I'm 51 years old, man. I'll be like, what did I miss?
Yeah,
Just
and not
is
not
Baby
when you
Yoda
got to not when you got to do like you can't do midnight and then open the shop up at
10 hours of
what
cutting
nine
hair?
o'clock after getting home at 2, 3 in the morning, and then do another 10 hour day.
Maybe in my younger
Not happening.
days. Nah. But so anyway, but I'll see it on Thursday, and what we'll do is we'll have a on Saturday we'll get together. You know, if you come down, or we do it via Zoom, and we'll have a good chat about what we thought, and we'll
Oh,
do
it'll
a
be in person for sure.
yeah,
In person
beautiful,
for sure.
awesome. But what do you have though? What do you, you know, what are you thinking? You got any predictions or
I'm a little nervous. Like I try and stay away from reviews and things like that for a movie,
mm,
but I'm also interested in box office performance and things like that. So
mm,
I heard some people reviewing it, and the things that they were saying they didn't like, I was like, oh, I'm pretty sure I'm gonna love this movie.
mm,
Like, it's a self-contained story that's got high octane action, shitloads of Baby Yoda,
mm,
and just fun all around. And I think that's what we need. Like, you know, let's just get people back to the cinema,
yep,
and then we can, you know, grease, you know, the wheels
mm.
for, you know, Starfighter next year and whatever. But like, I'm full steam ahead for this movie. Like,
I
I really want to see the Huts and Rodder. It was a buff Hut fighting.
side
When
note,
have we ever seen that?
did you see Hot Toys snippet?
I did.
Oh,
Is that something for the shop?
oh no, man. I've got to do a lot of haircuts for that one. Jeez, but that, you know what? They've dropped some good stuff, Hot Toys. You
Can
know,
you imagine doing the diorama for that at the shop with Mando fighting like all those creatures? You'd have to have it as like where the cantina set is. You'd have to make a full.
we can only dream, bro, because how would I explain that to Marie? Um, oh, we just
How am I
got a,
gonna how am
got
I
a
gonna explain this as a tax write-off?
it's they're all Matts. Matt got them all, you know. No, but who knows? Who knows? But I think they've been dropping some amazing stuff, and again, that's probably for another chat we can do on Hot Toys. But I I'm personally, I just like I'm stoked to see it. You know, I think it'll be good. I think we're gonna get a lot of no way moments. You know.
Absolutely. It's just got like the fact that think about the Mandalorian,
Mm.
especially like so season 3 wasn't that great compared to 1 and 2, but
Yeah.
when we saw those the 3 seasons, I was saying this dude needs to be on a movie screen
Mm,
and, you know, give it a decent budget, give it give it the time it
mm.
needs to flesh out, and give it a cool story. It
And
doesn't
that,
have to be connecting to
mm,
everything.
no.
It just has to connect to me personally.
Mm. I think that's something we're going to. It's going to be non-stop. And again, like they even say, that, you know, it's one of these films where you don't need to know the story to know it's a good movie. And I love to see. I'll be honest. I'm hoping, and I actually thought, and only because it just happened, I thought maybe we're going to see. I reckon we'll see the three, Han, Luke, and Leia. I reckon we'll see them either briefly discussing and then walking off, or just they're there. Because I definitely we're going to see Luke. I reckon we're going to see Luke in a good, you know, one-on-one discussion. I reckon.
I got money on Luke. I don't
Mhm.
like. I'd love to see the three. I just don't know if they would do it. But like, I'm definitely banking money on Luke. And if they don't, like, I'm happy with
Yeah,
Jabba the Hutt's son.
but I don't know about you. I don't know about you, but I was actually really because Ronda Rousey was fighting Gina Carano on the weekend, and she lost really quickly.
Annihilated her in like 13 seconds or something, didn't
Yeah,
she?
what a shame, man. And it's sad because this would have been so good to have even a good minute. Oh, if she got her ass kicked, but at least give her a minute, man. She just straight in for that arm bar, whatever it is, and just ripped
Yeah.
her arm off. And that's what they say. She's the queen. That's her thing, and she just went right into it. I wish she got a couple of knocks in, but I was hoping they bring Gina back and seeing how she's looking, like saying you get her in a passing moment just to say, look, guess who's back. I don't know why, but I just want to see Gina Carano back in The Mandalorian.
Well, her character was great. And regardless of what her views were outside of
Yeah,
social media and things like that,
it's not
okay,
our business to worry about. We should, me
no,
personally.
I just want her, like, I just want her, because it threw off season 3 because they had planned so much that it's like,
Mm,
okay, well, she's not in it. Where is she?
mm. It's interesting how they haven't
So,
they haven't changed. Like even lately, there was a discussion, and not that she's like going to change everything in this movie. It's not about that. I think it's just nice to see bringing in another character like these, like again these little surprises, which will be good to see. But who knows if it doesn't happen? No dramas.
so you planning on seeing multiple screenings? Or you just
Uh,
go see it once and then
I'll
wait
see.
for,
I'll see a few. It's really time for me. It's just
yeah.
if I can. Who knows, man? On Saturday after we've done after we've done the podcast, we'll probably go check it.
I am taking my mum to
Yes.
see it on the Saturday, but you're more than welcome to come
Oh,
along
that's
with my
great.
mum and me.
That's awesome.
Because I haven't decided whether to go to Mitcham or Marion or
Oh, cool.
Glenelg, but
We'll see how it goes. But I definitely will have to see it again. I know I'll be going in during the week because my mate he can't go till next week as well, and we do that near our side of town. But yeah, we definitely got to see it a few times at the screen. I think I'd like to see because I think I'm seeing on a smaller screen only because I just want to go see it. But I heard the IMAX is going to be dope.
hell yeah. Yeah,
Mm,
I've got 2 sessions booked already. I was going 40x, but I changed my mind
mm.
and just chose a normal session because I didn't feel like shaking
That'd be
and
pretty
losing my
hectic.
popcorn and 3D and getting stuff sprayed at. Yeah, I got glasses anyway, so
That's
I've
fine.
gone back to a normal VMAX session and then a VMAX session 12 hours later. So
Beautiful.
I'll see twice in one day, and then I've got days off throughout the Friday and the Thursday and the Friday, sorry. And yeah, I'll cram in at least 4 over that time and then do Cheap Tuesday up the hill on Tuesday.
A legend, bro. That's dope, bro. That's wild. That's awesome. My wife would say, I don't think so. Twice is enough. No.
I put it down to probably just being, yeah, I don't know. I
Don't worry,
love
man. I'll
Star
do
Wars.
it. My wife, don't worry. My wife,
I
she wouldn't say
I
that,
love
but
Star Wars in the cinemas.
yeah. You're right, man. It's getting back to
I
Star
love
Wars, isn't it?
I love cinemas.
Mm,
Like, I
mm,
live 10 minutes away from a cinema
mm,
and I try and go as often as I can. And yeah, Cheap
mm,
Tuesdays are my favorite time because I put the kids to bed,
mm,
with my partner. And then it's like, okay, if they're both down and we're feeling cool,
mm.
it's like, all right, I'm going to duck out and see the late sesh, the 9 o'clock sesh.
That's good.
I'm not traveling heaps far, so I go check out a movie as much as I can.
That's
And
good.
Yeah, I love it.
Oh, brother.
But
That's
yeah,
something.
I'm happy to be a part of the team.
Thank you, sir.
I'm happy. I'm happy for the future. I'm happy to crank out these episodes and talk life and wars and everything in between.
Rock and roll.
I bloody love it, brother.
Did you love the intro?
Loved it. The funky soulness to it, yeah.
Yeah,
And
man.
like I said to you before, pronouncing my name correctly is just icing on the
Nice.
cake.
Beautiful, brother. I knew you'd love it. And again, thank you very much. But this is welcome everyone to a new adventure of Puncher podcast with Marco and Lockie, and here at the Kessel Run or at Lockie's house. But we will see you again. Punch it, everybody. And may the force
Punch
be
it.
with you. And may the force be with you. Sorry, yeah. I will come.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
We'll have to find a send off.
Yeah, done.
But
Thank you. Too good,
love it.
brother. Ciao, Bella. I'll talk to you soon. Cut.